Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from INTPW. This is their 14-in-1 USB Type-C hub with a power delivery. Now this is a great device to have if you have a device like a laptop or a handheld gaming console that has limited amounts of ports and you want to extend that. This will give you a bunch of inputs and things of that nature that will really enhance your device. We're going to take a look at it now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is everything that you get once you get it out of the box. You're going to get the main unit itself, of course. You are going to get a warranty card from INTPW. You're going to get a user manual here for the model number is YH3AC, just in case you need to know that. This is a pretty decent user manual here written in multiple languages. So if English isn't your first language, you're not going to have a problem here. It's going to show you all the port layouts here so that you have all of those. It's also going to show your maximum resolutions between the two HDMI ports and the display port as well, so you can see what kind of resolutions you're going to be able to get when you're hooked up to multiple monitors or output sources. So I'll leave this up here so that you guys can check that out. I'll also have the specifications on the left hand side so that you guys can check that out as well if I miss anything, and you might be able to just be answered by coming back to this point in the video. Okay, so they do give us a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable here for connecting the hub to whatever device you're going to be using, be a MacBook or a laptop, or even something like the ROG Ally, which is basically a laptop with controls, which is what I'll be demonstrating it on today. Now it does have a nice anodized aluminum shell here. You do have a micro SD card and a full SD card slot. You do have a USB-C 3.1, two USB 3.0 ports on the right hand side, and a USB 3.1 type A port in the middle. There's a little LED there to let you know you're getting power, and it's at an angle with some feet on the bottom to keep it in place on your desk or wherever you're going to have this. So that's pretty nice to have there. And it is a pretty stable. This is a fairly slippery table. I don't think you guys are going to have any problems. It's at a nice angle for being able to plug anything in that you need as well. Now on the back, we've got several different ports here. We do have a power delivery port here for pass-through charging up to 100 watts. This is where you will plug that USB cable that they give you to your host device. You do have a Gigabit LAN port here for wired network connection. You do have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and a dual mic and headphone combo jack, two full-size HDMI ports, and a display port as well, for up to a total of 3 monitors under Windows and 2 monitors under Mac OS. So you do have quite a lot here that this hub is offering as far as expandability, which is really nice to have. It's in a nice and slim, small, compact package, and it will fit on your desk no problem. Okay, for my demonstration, I chose my Asus ROG Ally handheld. It's a Windows 11 PC, basically, with controls on the front and a touchscreen, but it only has one port, which is that charging port, that USB Type-C port. So it's pretty much kind of one of those devices that would be a great candidate for this type of USB Type-C hub or docking station. So I can either, use the LAN port for faster internet, or I can use the HDMI outs to put this to a bigger monitor. Once we get it plugged in here, you'll see that we get a green LED to let me know that it is powering the hub. So the hub is now being powered, and we're ready to go. It's a driverless install, no problems whatsoever, and gives me access to plenty of USB ports. First of which I'm going to plug a mouse into, because if you're going to use this as, say, a docking station, you'll probably plug a mouse and a keyboard into it and maybe output it to a monitor or something like that. But you can see I can just plug in. I've got my mouse there, and it makes navigation instantly easier if you want to set it up this way. So this is perfect. You can also obviously add storage to this. this super easily with all the ports. The micro SD card, it can just slot right in here. Windows instantly picks this up, and I have access to it right on the ROG Ally, so that works out really well. And if we want to add more storage, we've got more USB ports, so let's just plug in a USB 3.0 USB drive here, and you'll see that this comes up, no problems whatsoever. And I do have a 1080p video file here for transfer speeds, just real world type stuff, no crazy benchmarks or anything, but this will play back video from the USB, no problems, no stutters, nothing like that. Works just fine playing right from the USB stick. So, you know, if you want to play stuff from external media, you can plug in those and not take up the precious space that you have on your host device, which works out really well. Now, in the case of the ROG Ally, we want to plug in on the back here in the power delivery slot. You can see that the one on the end here says PD underneath it. It'll deliver up to 100 watts. So I have the default 65 watt charger, and you can see that I am now charging here through this. And I'm getting my full charge out of this, which is great. Especially when we put this under load, you'll be able to see that I'll be able to go in and activate turbo mode, which will do sometimes 40 to 45 watts even on the draw. So you can see that we are charging and plugged in. So I can pass through my charging here. Again, perfect for a docking station as well. Now, of course, I can output this to several different monitors as well if I want to, with the HDMI ports on the back, up to 1080 at 60 or 4K at 30. And again, you can go back and look at the breakdown of each one of those ports earlier on here in the review to see how you would want to set it up for a bigger screen. Okay, so here we are in Red Dead Redemption 2, and you can see from the on-screen monitor that I have on the ROG Ally, I am pulling a 27 watts right now, but as it goes up here, you're going to be able to see that we're going to be able to pull over 40 watts. So let's take a look at that. Right now we're at 41 watts, 42 watts. So we're getting the full wattage out of this. And if we go in and take a look, we are in turbo mode. So we are in turbo mode, that 30 watt turbo mode, but we're getting the full effect as if the device was plugged in to just straight to the device with the 65 watt charger. So this is a great docking station solution here for things like the ROG Ally or a laptop that's power hungry as well. Again, the power delivery will deliver up to 100 watts. So you can definitely rest assured that you can use this hub and you can still charge through it as well. This really works out great, especially for this type of situation or a laptop type of situation, where if you wanted to, you could have this set up on your desk with an external monitor, keyboard, mouse, everything like that. And then when you want to take the laptop or the ROG Ally away, you just unplug one USB Type-C cable from the top of the device or the side if you have a laptop and walk away with it. So this works out really, really well. INTPW did a great job on this, and it gives you a ton of expansion choices. So there you go. That's my review of the 14-in-1 USB Type-C hub from INTPW. I think they did a great job on this. This is perfect for any device that has limited amounts of USB ports that you would like to expand on. Having the ability to add wired internet, having the ability to output to multiple monitors, and of course having all of the ports such as the USB ports and the micro SD card and SD card slots as well. This makes a great docking station and is easy to unplug and just walk away with your device when you don't need it. Overall, this gets a thumbs up from me. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.